Last week, we saw the mysterious band of horsemen known as the Vanishing Legion arrive at their headquarters with a prisoner. The captive is Mr. Hornbeck, attorney for an oil company, from whom the Legion hoped to obtain valuable information. Hidden in the headquarters is Caroline Hall, Hornbeck's secretary, who, until tonight, was the leader of the Vanishing Legion. Happy Cardigan, whose attempt to drill an oil well had been blocked by the Legion, has learned of the danger to Hornbeck and come to help him. Meanwhile, from another direction, two friends of Hornbeck are approaching the ranch house. Jed Williams, who is falsely accused of murder, and his son, Jimmy.
Don't move. You're all covered. This way, Mr. Hornbeck.
I got him!
This is more than I expected, Cardigan. Between you and Hornbeck, we'll get what we want to wring it out of you.
You can't get water out of a dry well, mister.
We'll see. Line him up against the wall while I strike a light.
Put out that light, Stevens, and turn your prisoners loose.
Who said that?
The voice speaking. Hornbeck and Cardigan belong to me. Turn them loose.
Do as he says. Turn them loose or we'll all be killed. Mangled.
Shut up, you fool! I don't believe in ghosts, and I'm going to get to the bottom of this. All you men crowd in the corner and keep under cover. Who threw that?
I got him. I got the voice.
Bring this mysterious voice into the light, where we can get a look at him. What's the idea? Is this supposed to be a joke?
You might as well quit stalling, Stephen. You're not fooling anyone.
What are you talking about, Cardigan?
I mean, I know all about those pocket radios you use to give orders to your men.
Do any of you men know what he's talking about?
No, never heard of. Say, Stephen, you're smarter than I thought. But it won't work. I know that every man in your gang has got one of those radio sets. I saw them.
If any man in this room has such a radio, he's a traitor. And I mean to find out who he is.
If anyone's got one of them trick things, boss, it's her. The voice came from her direction.
Search her.
I'll save you the trouble.
Does this mean that you're an agent of the voice?
You know very well it doesn't.
Then how did you get that radio set?
The same way you got yours this afternoon, from another man's pocket.
Whose?
I don't know. When you phoned the office this afternoon about the capture of Mr. Hornbeck, I picked up this coat to here. I didn't know the radio was in the pocket of it.
This is getting pretty close to home, Mr. Hornbeck. Do you recognize that coat?
See if there's anything in that coat that would identify the owner.
Wife belongs to Larrabee, one of the oil company directors. So, I was right after all. I knew the voice was one of your directors, but I didn't know which one.
There must be some mistake. Larrabee is one of the most honorable of men.
Yeah? Well, he'll get a chance to prove it. Men, get ready to ride. We have no quarrel with you two men personally, but we'll have to hold you till we interview Larrabee.
But
I'm taking no chances of you warning your friend. This time I don't propose to lose.
The voice speaking. Jed Williams has been discovered. He is disguised and is in hiding. You will find him at the...
I missed him. Rollins, you stay here and guard the prisoners. The rest of you after him.
Jimmy seems to have found a way out for us.
They're on, or whatever your name is. That lamp makes us pretty good targets from the outside. It's right behind you, too. I'll bet you stand out like a sore thumb on a piccolo player.
all right, douse it.
Remember, no monkey business.
Take care of it. Go off, Hornbeck. I'll take care of myself. Keep going. I'll hold the guard till you get clear.
Mac's having trouble. Back to the house, men.
My car's behind the barn. You go. I'll wait for Mr. Carson.
But
Go on.
Listen. They're gone. Our only chance to get Larry is to get to his home ahead of him.
Come on. Where's Mr. Hornbeck?
He went in my car.
Well, it will go in my car.
I can't.
Why?
Well, you see, I came here with my... With my horse, Rex.
Was it your horse that fired that shot, Jimmy?
Well, I dasn't say, sir. You see, I found out something tonight, and I can't tell you until later.
do you suppose he's found out?
Well, one thing we found out for certain. There's two gangs working instead of one. Come on.
We've got to get Larrabee before the Vanishing Legion gets us.
Williams's tent is the third tent to the right.
Is he inside?
I reckon so. I haven't seen him leave yet.
You come with us, Slade.
What a big help you are. Williams hasn't even been in here.
Spread, boys.
Quick, Murph, it's a night attack.
What's all the fireworks for?
Are you looking for trouble?
I'm looking for a man named Williams.
I don't know anyone by that name, and if he was here, you couldn't get him.
Williams is in this camp, and I'm going to take him. Stop it. Get him up there. Now, do I get Williams or don't I?
Well, I reckon if he was here, you could have him.
Oh. Better wait here, Dad. If they see you with me, they might suspect.
You go in first, Jimmy. I'll follow a little later.
All right.
No, you're wrong. I didn't hire anyone this afternoon.
Didn't you say you saw him here this afternoon?
Sure, I seen him. He's here, all right. Well, it's funny to me. I
Look,
don't... There's Williams' kid now.
Go get him. He knows where his father is.
There he goes, boys. Go after him.
Where's your dad? And don't lie.
I can't tell.
You'll tell or I'll...
Let the boy alone. If you want Williams, here I am. Come and get...
There he is, boys.
Gee, Dad, that was a smart trick.
Things are getting too hot for me. I better go get Miss Hornbeck's advice. He's the only man I can trust.
Don't overlook Mr. Cardigan. I trust him more than anyone. Except you, of course.
Well, Cardigan's your friend. Hornbeck's mine. Oh, it's you, Mr. Hornbeck.
Something wrong, Sheriff?
Well, yes, we heard that you were kidnapped. We've been scouring the country for you for hours.
I was, but I don't think they meant me any harm.
But what happened? Who done it?
Please, Sheriff, this has been rather a trying ordeal. I'd rather wait and report it tomorrow.
Yeah, but the men, who were they?
I have no quarrel with them, nor they with me.
Well, I reckon if you're satisfied, I ought to be. So long.
I'd better see Larrabee alone, I reckon. It's liable to be no Sunday school picnic.
Were you looking for someone, Mr. Cardigan? It was too nice to be indoors, and I wasn't sleepy.
Yeah?
You look worried. Is something wrong?
Plenty. The Vanishing Legion got Mr. Hornbeck tonight.
Hornbeck? Are you sure?
I was there and helped him escape.
Well, then he's safe. You gave me quite a shock.
That's nothing to the shock you're going to get.
What do you mean?
This thing was found in your overcoat pocket. It's up to you to explain.
Why, you don't mean you...
I wouldn't bother lying about it. This thing establishes you as the agent of the voice. I don't know what your part is in this fiendish game, but I'm here to find out.
I was a fool to think that such things could be kept under cover. You're right. I do know something, and I've known it for several days, but I didn't know what action to take. I still hope I'm mistaken, for the evidence I have indicates that the leader is... Don't!
Don't stop me. Mr. Larrabee's been killed. The murderer may get away.
I reckon the murderer won't get away.
You don't think I did it, do you, Sheriff?
What about the gun, Thompson?
Been fired just once.
Midnight. And you running away from a murder. With a gun in your hand with an empty shell under the hammer. And you ask me if I think you done it.
Aye, aye.
Come on, Cardigan. You're only 3 jumps behind the death house. Come on.